Welcome to Ash Reviews. Today we're going to be having a look at this Ash vs. Evil Dead Series 2 assortments. And it's a Season 2 figure. This is Ash Williams' Asylum Ash. Now there's two other figures in this wave. There is Henrietta and also the Demon Spawn figure. But today's video we're only going to be having a look at Ash. This figure you can get singularly at BigBadToyStore.com. This figure only comes with two heads as an accessory and also a boomstick, and that's mainly all it comes with. Now the back of the packaging looks pretty good, as you can see. It says Ash vs. Evil Dead, Star Wars Original Series, and it has a picture of the figure there, and then a just a read-up, I guess, of Ash vs. Evil Dead. And then we can see, if we get closer, it shows like a fence to the asylum, like a net in the hallway of the asylum. You can kind of see some detail of the figure there, and then it tells you everything that includes right there. And then there's the other figures that are available, the Demon Spawn and Henrietta. And the side of the packaging says Ash vs. Evil Dead. The bottom has some product development. It's really tiny on this figure. Never noticed that. And it says stars over there. And the top just says Ash vs. Evil Dead. We will now have a look at this figure open and out of its packaging, so don't go anywhere. Before we get a closer look at this figure, if you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell icon for when I go live, if I go live, and when I do weekend uploads. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can get more figure uploads or more reviews like the Demon Spawn, like I said earlier. And I'm also going to be reviewing the Alien 3 Xenomorph dog pretty soon. So this is our main topic today, though. Ash comes with an alternate head sculpt, which is this here. These new head sculpts are completely new, and they have no similarities between the Ultimate Ash or the other released Ash figures from Ash vs. Evil Dead. So this figure here, you can see it kind of has a like a beard wash to where it looks like he hasn't shaved in a couple days or so, because he's been in the asylum, and then his hair has been resculpted to where it's not combed and brushed, and it's just crazy and hectic and kind of like thick and afro-y. Really cool. A more similarity of this would be this head here. Kind of see how his hair's styled, rather than this one. It's not at all styled. But at least this one actually has the sideburns painted on. They're a little bit differently though. You can see there's a little nick there on the hair, but that's fine. So far, this figure's not too bad. I've messed with it a couple days now. I have a little bit of complaints, but not too many. And I guess I have mainly like 2 or 3 complaints. Don't think I have 3. Well, maybe. The first complaint I have with this figure, I'm going to go ahead and do the complaints first, is when I got this arm wasn't popped in all the way, but I had to heat that up with a blow dryer because it was kind of like tighter in a certain area to where I had to pop. So I had to heat that up to where the arm would pop in. And my other complaint would be the arm piece here on the, like right here. Because as you can see how it's supposed to be turned around this way to where it would lock with the chainsaw, so his arm would look like this. And you can rotate this piece where that looks fine. But the arm piece, it messes with the articulation because it's supposed to go this way. But this piece right here is so I don't know, I'm scared that it might snap, because I've done that before. And if you kind of look in there, you can kind of see maybe what kind of peg is in there. But I really don't want to mess with this too much, because I really need to turn this around. But because you can see if I let go, it goes back to the other location. So that's my other complaint. But my other complaint, and it's not bad, is if you can see the legs here, you can see how it goes really dark. And it goes like that on both legs. And it's really noticeable. If it was this color right around here and it blended on this piece, I'd be fine. If this color was like right over here and it went straight to brown, but it looks like they're different legs attached. On the back of the box, you can see where there's this color is still up here on this part, but then it slowly gets darker right lower below this. And I wish that's how the figures would have came out. All the ones I saw at my comic shop and the ones I've seen on YouTube so far all have this problem. And nobody's really pointed it out so far that I have seen, so I just wanted to point that out there if that bugs you. It doesn't really bug me that bad, but if you have a problem with it, then you're going to probably have to fix it. But if you want to check out a haul video, which was yesterday's, where I got a whole bunch of other figures besides this and some other stuff, that should be down in the description below, so go check out that video if you haven't already. But we're going to have a closer look at just this figure. Ash's boomstick, I believe, is probably the same one we got from the other Ash vs. Evil Dead figure. And I think there's a total of 10 Ash vs. Evil Dead figures already. That's including the first wave of 3 figures, which had been Value Stop Ash, the regular blue and brown pants Ash, the Elegos, or Elegos, whatever his name is, the Bloody Ash, what is it called? The Bloody Ash. Did I already say that? Maybe only 8? I guess I'm missing somewhere. I don't know. Could have sworn there's already that many, though. Oh, yeah, there's Ultimate Ash, too, as well. I forgot about that. I think that's where I think there's like 9 or 10. I'm pretty sure there's 10 of those figures already, which is amazing. If you like Ash vs. Evil Dead that much, you can get every single one of the figures, even though one's practically the similar. There's 3 that's really similar. The bloody one's just a bloody. But the head sculpt on this figure, if I can get it closer, you can have a look at this head sculpt. I think this one's probably my favorite one out of the 2. You get the other one in so you can kind of like choose your poison there. I don't know, this one just doesn't look like Bruce Campbell. Neither of them really do, I guess, but they look like Ash, if that makes any sense. The chainsaw is different than the other one, and this could be just from paint or something. Here's the Ultimate Ash. I never got the Wave 1, Series 1 Ash. I just have the Ultimate Ash, which is a little bit duller in blue and in brown. I think the other browns are either brighter or more. They're either matte or shiny. I can't quite remember. These ones are pretty shiny, so they might be more matte on the other version. But here's this chainsaw. You can look at the detail there. Still, I wish it had some detailing on the blade, like they're on the Ash Ultimate figure. If we look at the packaging here, we can even see on this image right here, you can kind of see there's like a different, brighter color around the blade. And maybe on this one too as well. You can see there's more of a shiny or silver on the edge of the blades, but neither of these figures actually have that. And if we look at these, you can see the Asylum Ash has a different color in the chainsaw. It's more of a black-washed version. And if you're wondering what the different in the arm piece is I don't have the arm piece that's supposed to be on this figure that the Asylum Ash has, but you can kind of see that there. They're the exact same sculpt. They're just different painted. And they might be different painted blades, but I think they're the exact same color too as well. Something I want to point out, just to make sure you guys are clear. This is the Asylum Ash, and this is the Ultimate Ash. This one has a peg hole. This one has a peg stick. So I wonder if this would work. Hold on, let me check. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I didn't even know that. You can legit stick them together. Well, isn't that interesting? It's really weird. I wonder what he looks like with that. This reminds me of some Dead Rising looking thing that, you know, you'd have on Dead Rising 2 or something. Let's go over the articulation, which isn't really that much of a big deal if you figured this out yet with me. I don't like going over articulation because you're not paying for that. But you can see the head goes up and it goes down, it rotates, and it's also on this ball joint here. And if I get a little bit closer, you can, maybe notice that a little bit more. Turns all the way around. The shoulders go out pretty good. You can rotate those all the way around like so. And right here they will bend. There's double jointed right there. So you can get pretty good detailing or movement there. Over here they've even done a revealed arm. Like they're going to probably... I'm wondering if this is just a recasted hand from the new Ash we're getting. That's an Ultimate Evil Dead 2 Ash. I might check that out whenever that comes out, because it should be, maybe. I doubt it, but I wish the old Ash, the new Ultimate Ash figures had the new articulation, but they don't. But I'm probably figuring not then. I don't know why I thought of that, but maybe. The legs will go out, the diaper, traditional. It's actually pretty hidden, so the leg articulation on this one's really good without breaking anything. I think the torso still moves forward and back, and it still rotates here, so you can move Ash side to side. And then the knees bend, and then they turn all the way around. And then the feet are on a ball joint, so you can move them and help him stand. I just want to get a close look at everything that this thing has, as much as detail. You can see Sane Asylum jacket here. What is it called? Straight jacket. There we go. You can see how if we start on the feet of the boots are, I think, different shoes than the other Ash figure, which, yes, they definitely are. Well, I think they're just different painted. Here's the Asylum Ash, and then here's his left shoe, and you can see they're different glossiness, I think. I think this one has wet, glossy ones. This whole figure kind of at the bottom has a glossy look to it, like they're wet. Maybe that's what it's going for down there. Maybe that it's wet or something. Maybe that's why it's so much darker. It would also make sense, too, why the shoes are so shiny and why everything's so shiny. It has a little bit different coloration here than it does up here to up here. But you can kind of see there's a black wash over the whole thing. It looks to be as if he's cutting himself. And he's bleeding because that's not a skin color. And you can even see like there's blood pouring out of the straitjacket. And these look like gory legs. So I'm figuring he's cutting himself or something. Even some more blood cuts on the back of the leg. Also on the back of the thigh too. Those would really hurt. And then if we move up, you can see right here is a sculpted piece. And this whole thing right here is a rubberized piece. Don't even know why they bothered making a rubberized piece. Maybe for the articulation. But the problem with that is when you put the arm out, or if you wanted to aim the shotgun, like let's say you wanted to aim it like this at somebody, it looks kind of funky because it sticks out. And if this had a bendy wire, you could bend that down to where it would look less weird. Shows off different layers of the shirt, though, of the jacket. You can see all the different colorations here. There's like an undershirt there with some other stuff on it. And then there's like a belt, the belt he wears to hold the chainsaw and the chainsaw starter thingy there, the mechanism you pull, and then also to hold the boomstick. The holster. You can see there's gold painted on the collars and some of these here, like chain things to link them up to, and then all these other straps and cuts. You can see it's got some different colorations on there. I want to get really close so you can see the different colorations on here. Some other browns and stuff. Back collar piece. Some other stuff. Arms really gory looking too. I don't know what he's been doing. I wonder if that's like a cut on the arm and he's bleeding. It could be. And then you can see some other of the stuff here. All the way to the chainsaw, which you already had a look at. And then the arm over here, which has surprisingly nothing on it. So I don't know what that's all about. But he's got a pretty clean arm. There's Ash with the alternate head on. Again, you can pose this figure with different things, either having the chainsaw up like this, which is a pretty cool one, or having, I'm going to show you how to put the shotgun in here, right here, the boomstick. It's kind of a trick, so I'm hoping to help you. What you need to do here is kind of make sure that this finger here gets in the back part here, behind the trigger, which is kind of stupid. You can get that there, and then really if you just kind of slide it, it fits a lot better. And it'll fit like that angle. So then it stays in there pretty good and it looks really good. You can bend this up to where, you know, Ash has a different look to him. If you wanted to pose the shotgun, you can. Maybe he's like about to shoot a demon spawn or something. Really cool. If you have the other Ash figure, you can actually swap out the heads with this. It's not movie accurate, especially with his awesome hair like that. But you can do it, and it does look like he's going insane. Same with the other Ash. Looks like maybe he didn't comb his hair or something, you know, whatever. I don't know if I already brought this up, but I do want to say that this other Ash figure, personally mine, and I figure all the other ones, if we look at this whole sculpt on this one, look at this color, you can see that, especially when you get them close to each other, you can notice that the Asylum Ash is a lot like whiter, and this one has a much more tan look to him, which I didn't notice before. And I'm guessing that might be because he's in the Asylum, or that's just a different, accurate, more color for Ash. But I'm figuring because he's in the Asylum, he would be a little bit more pale, even though he's in there for like a day or two. I'm figuring, I think so. He's not in there for too long. Same thing with the episodes. He's only in the Asylum for like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. Which is surprising that they did this figure. I hope they do a Kelly and a Pablo too, and hopefully maybe a Ruby, and I might pick up Eligos too as well, and I hope to pick up the Demon Spawn when they're children. But I'm probably not going to get any of those other ones. Probably Kelly and Pablo, but the old Ash figures I'm not going to get. But I am going to pick up new ones. So you can promise that unless I find them loose and really cheap, because I'm wanting to get new other figures on my list. Especially the one that I have on my list, ones I made in that Toy Fair video. Check that out. And then there's ones that I have that are sort of planned out, like the Contra figures I want. And there's some other figures I want too. Thank you guys for watching After School Reviews. Today we were having a look at the Ash vs. At the Ash vs. Evil Dead Ash Williams Asylum figure from NECA. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Go check down in the freaking, what is it called, the description below. Also, hit that bell icon for when I go live, if I go live, and when I do weekend uploads.